If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. So, remember EarthGang's new album, Ghetto Gods, that was supposed to drop back in January and that they've been promoting ever since I think it was October or November of 2021. Well, I made some videos on this back in January when this all went down because they didn't drop on the day that they were supposed to. I think it was on January 29th. That was the Friday that they were supposed to drop. We did get two singles though, All Eyes on Me and American Horror Story, which I really enjoyed, and I talked about those quite a lot as well during that time when we were talking about this album coming out, and I had high expectations for this thing because I feel like EarthGang is a duo that brings much needed positivity to hip-hop, and I really like what they're doing. I like their connection to Dreamville and Cole and them being from Atlanta and stuff like that, so this has always been they hold a special place in my heart. Well, they've now actually announced that they're gonna drop the album on February 25th, so tomorrow. This is not really news. They've announced that a couple of days ago. I just haven't gotten around to making a video on it, but today we also got something special, which is the track list, and we're going to look at that in a second. But first of all, let's focus on the release date. February 25th is about a month after the OG release date that they announced previously. I'm happy that they are dropping it now. They did perform the album at various occasions over the past month. They said that they wanted to give it to the fans via live performances, and I do like that idea. I do like that in theory, but it was just very upsetting seeing everybody just not come through on the release date that they promised. We've just seen that so many times over the past couple of months in hip-hop. Well, all of that besides, let's actually look at the track list, see what tracks are on here, how many tracks are on here, so we can kind of guess how long the album will be, and especially also what features. Let's look at this tweet. So the tweet reads, Ghetto Gods track list featuring 2 Chainz, Future, J. Cole, CeeLo Green, Ari Lennox, Jid, Baby Tate, and Music Soul Child. And now let's actually look at the track list, see what we can get from this, and what we can just learn about the general album from this. So let's start with the back of the cover. I think this looks pretty cool. It fits with the theme of the rest of the album. I'm talking about the cover and also the videos we've seen so far. For example, we see the kids in the front that we've already seen in the music videos for American Horror Story, for example. So I do like that there's some, type of narrative behind it. But let's actually look at the tracks. In total, there are 16 tracks. I think that's a perfect length. Nowadays, albums are just, longer in general. So I think 16 tracks is a very good compromise between wanting to capitalize off of people listening to it on streaming and still making it a concise and to-the-point project. So I am quite happy with that. Let's start with the titles and the tracks. The first track is The Glow featuring 2 Chainz. I do like that they have a 2 Chainz feature on here. I think that could really, fit together well in here, especially 2 Chainz in these late stages of his career. I think can definitely contribute something very meaningful to this album. The second track is Billy featuring Future. I am expecting this to be more of a, of a banger, them trying to make like a, Future song. It already you can already tell from the title Billy that it's probably going to be like a repetitive hook and them just doing their thing on their verses and Future's going in on the hook. That's kind of what I expect from this track, but it could also be way more deep and stuff like that, but I don't think that that's really what that track is supposed to do. Third track, this is the one that everybody's going to be gravitating towards. Water Boys featuring Jid and J. Cole. Now, of course, when you see, a Dreamville artist drop and they got a Cole feature on there, then everybody's going towards that track. And also they got a Jid or JID, however you want to call him, feature on there, and he's also in the process of rolling out his album. He released Surround Sound, the track with 21 Savage, a couple of weeks ago that just, that song is crazy. Go listen to that. So he's on a roll and they're on a roll, so this combo is perfect. And then Cole coming in as like the big brother and kind of doing his thing could also be very cool. So I'm excited about that track as well. It's probably going to be the biggest track on here, mark my words. The next track is Hey Boo. Now with these tracks that we don't really have a feature for, we can't really tell a lot about them, but it could kind of give us a general feeling about where this album is headed. The next one is Amen featuring Music Soul Child. Now I'm not too familiar with Music Soul Child, but we did also get a video for this as the third single release for it, and I did quite enjoy that track. So I'm looking forward to to, seeing how this fits into the whole thing as well. 6th track is All Eyes on Me. Enjoyed that quite a bit, so happy it's on here. We have Lie to Me as a 7th track, then an interlude called the Jeans Interlude. Then we have Black Pearls with Baby Tate. That's going to be really interesting. Looking forward to seeing Baby Tate on here. Then we have, now I'm really not sure what this says. It could mean Wheezy's Walk or Meezy's Walk, featuring, now does this say Lynn Vaney, or I'm really not sure what this says. So if y'all have any idea what these letters there are supposed to mean on track 10, then please let me know, because I'm really just lost right here. We also have American Horror Story up next. Really enjoyed that track as well, so glad it's on here. Then the next track, the 12th track, is called Power, featuring CeeLo Green and Nick Cannon. This interesting feature combination, so I'm looking forward to that as well. Then we have Zaza, then Smoke Some, and then Strong Friends, and Run 2 or Run Todd, or again, not sure what this says. The font is very, indecisive on what it wants to tell us. Featuring Ari Lennox, another Dreamville artist that I also like very much, and I'm looking forward to hearing what she got coming up in the future. So I'm glad that they're keeping it family with all the Dreamville artists on here, obviously. And of course, I can already predict that the Cold track with the JID feature as well, the Waterboys track is going to be really big, and also the future track Billy is going to gain some traction on there as well. So I think those 2 tracks will be the ones doing the best, and the rest I hope are able to somewhat tell a narrative and tell a story, because that is something that I'm looking forward to from artists like EarthGang, that they are able to really tell a narrative and tell a story with their music that is visible throughout the whole project and not just on like a couple of interludes. And I hope that they are able to do this with this record. Of course, I don't want to set my expectations too high, but judging from the fact that it didn't go like too full blown out on crazy features, and they've already expressed some of those intentions in the music videos and the cover art, I think that's a pretty good sign. They also did a trailer for it. Go check out everything that they've got on their Twitter page, and also my YouTube videos on this that I made in the past. But I am looking forward to this new EarthGang Dreamville album, Ghetto Gods, out February 25th, so tomorrow. This is the track list. We got 16 tracks, a couple of big name features on there. We got the cover art, we got the music videos, the singles, the track list now. So it's looking like everything is perfectly lined up for the the thing to drop tomorrow. Again, if you're an EarthGang fan, you probably heard some of the tracks already since they performed them, but still I think it's going to be dope seeing that they are going to have this on Spotify and on streaming services, and you can listen to it in studio quality. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. Now let me know what you think about this. Are you excited for EarthGang Ghetto Gods? What do you think about the track list, about the length? 16 tracks, too many, too few? What do you feel about the features? Do you think that the Cole feature is going to go big, or the future feature, or just in general, what tracks are you excited to hear from this track list? All of that, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and you'll take care.